Hello everyone, this is Nikhil Sablania. Today again we have with us our special guest Mr. Amrit Rawal ji. He is a publisher, an author. He had been a journalist and a professor. Sir, welcome to our show and thank you for giving your precious time. Today we are going to discuss about Mr. Donald Trump and international politics concerning India and also Ukraine and the consequences of Mr. Trump's meeting with Mr. Zelensky. So welcome to you, sir, Mr. A. L. Rawalji, and I'm Nikhil Sablania, friends, with you. So, sir, my first question is: you had been a professor of English. Could you describe Mr. Donald Trump in 5 words, 5 single words?
I supported Mr. Trump when he was elected for the first time. I received messages from various big people in the government at the time. They said that no, Mr. Trump will not come. Other person would come. So I always said that Trump shall blow his trumpet from the White House, and I proved to be right. So now again he has
Could you
come.
repeat that last sentence because I think there was some disturbance. Could you please repeat what you have just said?
Yes, I said I received many messages, from big people in the government of India at the time, especially Mrs. Sushma Swaraj, who was the foreign minister of India at the time. And she said that somebody else, his opponent would come to power. So I said that Mr. Trump shall blow his trumpet from the White House. I said it 100 times, 1,000 times to all on Twitter and all other forms of social media. So now this arrival of Mr. Trump for the second time, and as soon as he comes, he is blasting everybody. I don't know why. Why is he so angry? With India, with when Mr. Modi went to America recently, then he said that we missed you. If Mr. Modi could not go to his meeting, then it's not a thing to be so angry about. And he has proved to be so unpredictable. He is, if you have seen, I think you must have seen the White House, the Oval Office, incident in which Mr. Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, was targeted both by Mr. Trump and his deputy vice president of America. Then, I mean, it's very clear that he is trying to bully everybody, whether it is India or
But have you
Mr.
seen the
Zelensky.
it's a long meeting. Have you seen the 45 minutes meeting? It's around 45, 42 minutes meeting.
Yes, I saw the entire meeting.
Okay.
I
Still you
have
think?
seen the entire
Hmm.
meeting, not only once, but on various channels. They are for the last 2 days. They are repeating. On every channel they are showing
But I think
the
that
actual.
meeting was going smooth. I think what happened in that meeting was like it was a meeting. See, Mr. Zelensky came for some negotiation, and it was already clear. I mean, if he was coming over there, then I think negotiation was already there. I mean, what they are going to do. I found that that meeting was going smooth, but suddenly Mr. Zelensky became little bit aggressive, which is shouldn't be like with Mr. JD Vance, the chief, the vice president. And then Mr. Trump came in between. Of course, what he said, he also said, I wanted to show this to the media that, it's very difficult with this guy to, that I consider wrong. However, I also found that what Mr. Zelensky was trying to convey was also right, that we have made written negotiations, written deals, still Putin betrayed those deals. I think that was his point, and he
Yes.
wanted to clear that Just not having written is enough. You have to come over there. But Mr. Trump and his administration doesn't want to go over there. I think they don't want to create another
Yes.
Vietnam situation or Afghan situation, because that's not their agenda. But don't you think it's also like Zelensky also became a little bit aggressive over there? Though I consider he was, of course, he's under tremendous pressure. But I also found that it was, don't you think it's also like a mafia kind of thing? Come, sit, and we will make a. And he was also instigated. Before that, he was also instigated on the suit remark. So was that remark was necessary?
Yes. No, that remark about the suit was not necessary. It was quite, a foolish question that you don't wear suit. You are coming to a meeting. So he was wearing the symbol of
Don't you think it was
Ukraine.
fixed? It was fixed that they would instigate him, because everything happened after that. They planned like that.
Yes, it might have been
It's like
fixed. Actually, it was
Donald
not.
Trump is like talking with mafia over his issues of his hotels and all those things. He has done so many wrong things.
Yes. Uh, actually, Mr. Zelensky had come to support Kamala Harris also, and this did not go well with Mr. Trump. So therefore, he was taking his revenge or whatever upon Zelensky and also Mr. Modi. Modi also did not go to meet him, even though he had received a message. So these are personal things, and these personal things should not, overshadow the fate of a country, fate of the whole world. Mr. Trump was again and again telling him that you are gambling with Third World War, and that you have no cards. If you are with us, then you have cards. But if you don't, if you don't come with us, then you have no cards. Now he wanted Zelensky to surrender
From a person
before.
from a person like the president of United States, and he says that I am running the show, I'm allowing the show, and this kind of language like cards, is it a language of a casino? Because he had been a casino owner. Is it a language of a casino owner, a mafia, or a president? I mean, what kind of language he is
I
using?
mean, at least in diplomacy, a president should not use such kind of words. And moreover, this meeting should not have been conducted before the camera, before the press. Such meetings are always conducted in a diplomatic manner out of the camera indoors.
He
And
also
cameras are not allowed there.
he also humiliated Mr. Modi also.
Yes, he humiliated Mr. Modi. He said that you don't have sufficient IQ or something like that, he said. Although he didn't
Yes,
say it so
about the
loudly.
tariffs, like India is having very high tariff, and
Yes, that India is charging more tariffs, but we are charging less. So before going to USA, the tariff on that motorcycle had been decreased to 15%. So, and moreover, these are not the things which should be discussed before the camera, before the press. These things, diplomacy means that you talk in secret. This is the first lesson of diplomacy. I attended lectures conducted by JNU at the JNU City Center on Firozshah Road. I attended many lectures there. So they say that diplomacy means that you have to talk behind doors, not openly before the media, because there are differences. Always there are differences among people, among countries. So these things should be discussed in a decent manner. Only then we can reach a conclusion.
what about your, like now Mr. Zelensky has been welcomed at in Europe. British Prime Minister has come to welcome,
Yes.
and I wrote this also, that this will have repercussions and reactions from the Europe, and a new ally would form, which would be Europe, Ukraine, and I think Russia will also join them. will that have some consequences? Do you think Russia will
Actually,
join
now
Europe will join Russia?
the latest is that the 13 heads of state and I mean people from 13 countries of Europe are meeting together in London, in UK, and they have said that they will present their plan before Trump also. So they don't want to leave out Trump. They will keep Trump in the loop and inform him, and then they will come to take action. They will take action after consultation with each other.
What's your point on the court case of, I think, Mr. Adani's company in America? I mean, before the visit of
Well,
Mr.
the thing
Modi,
is that
they
if
withdraw the court, giving him a clean chit kind of thing. I'm not very much clear about, but the case is not more. Could you please elaborate on that?
actually about the case on Mr. Adani, I'm not so sure because I don't take much interest in what Adani does or what he does not do. This thing, is these things are not very big issues, and the main irritant seems to be that Mr. Modi did not go to meet him, and similarly, things. If Mr. Adani has committed any offense, economic offense in USA, then he should be dealt with according to the provisions in the law of USA, because nobody is above the law.
In the recent memorandum of agreement with Mr. Modi, Mr. Trump has kept this clause of India providing them people, like providing them soldiers in the case of crisis, in the case of war. We have provided them 50,000 soldiers every month in the Second World War, and it means millions of soldiers we provide them. And this kind of humiliation they are doing to us. So, I mean, do you still think that
I
his
think that
offense is
India should
something?
not involve. No, India should not involve itself in the war. In 1920, Lord Curzon also said Indians and Indian soldiers that if you participate in the war, then we shall give you this and that when you return, if you are injured or lose your arm or eyesight or legs or whatever. So all these promises were given. In fact, I have compiled war literature also written during those days, 100 years ago, 1920, 25. So, in that war literature, I have compiled that when the soldiers came back to India after losing their limbs, someone was without his one arm or right arm, or they were burnt. So, all kinds of excuses were given by the British authorities at the time that you were not injured in the war, that you were injured in peacetime, that you fell from this place and that's why you were injured, and your skin did not burn. So things like that. And then it was also said that you have not, I mean, not fought well or whatever. And it was also pointed out to them that you have a piece of land and you can plow that piece of land and lead a comfortable life. So all these things were, denied to them. First, Lord Curzon in 1920 in Delhi, he said that he made all promises, but then they were denied to them. The title of the book is War Literature, which I have compiled by A.L.
Yes,
Rawal from
that
National Archives, and I have.
I have that book, copy of that book. People, if you want to read that
Okay,
book,
okay, okay.
you can
So if
purchase that
you
from me. You can order it on our website also, nspmart.com, and you can call me on 8527533051 or 88511 Coming to my next question, sir. Of course, we can talk about USA, we can criticize his policies. They are giving us a democratic platform, which they says, which is democratic like YouTube. But I don't find it democratic because if you pay on YouTube, only then people watch it, watch your because that is the like the old Google system. Old Google system was if you pay the Google, then your company or your things on the internet would appear on the top page. Same is with the YouTube. So it's not democratic. It's a totally capitalistic concept. Now, not only YouTube, the world is changing fast with AI, and AI doesn't mean a man preparing AI. It's like AI preparing AI. Look at our other institutions like Doordarshan. People don't watch Doordarshan. Doordarshan is on YouTube. So the revenue is going to USA. All of the creators are on YouTube. We sit on Facebook. People, even the government agencies, I don't understand why they tweet. I mean, what kind of sense is this? Our newspapers are not running. Okay, we don't have sufficient technology to go on internet. Then stop this tweeting. Government of India tweeting. So many, almost all the websites have either domains in USA, Canada, or Australia. And this is the one cult of the people who are like white supremacy they have in the mind. And they are running on these technological things. So, okay, at one time we criticize and our consumption data through Amazon, Flipkart. I mean, yes, day before yesterday, I had this little bit rough talk with a guy from Bihar, and he was like praising Amazon. So I said, see, we are selling books before Amazon, and with Amazon, you are providing all your details and everything, and you are becoming a slave of Amazon. Look at how the Amazon is making people fool. They are pushing consumerization, like pushing you to buy more. I mean, so we are in what I'm trying to say that although we can criticize, although they have given us a platform like that, but even now coming to some simple things like I want to read a book which was published in 17th century. For that, I have to pay them, though the copyright has expired. If we look at project like Gutenberg, where they have given so many books, but they also have the other concepts like making AI versions of those concepts and introducing Kindle. So everything is linked. So those people over there in the Seattle, in the Silicon Valley, actually they are affecting our lives. Now, our means of production, our agriculture, our education system, Baidu is nothing but a branch of them. So all these things, I mean, a student, even if a student in EWS system, such student has to buy computer. Now look at the computer for a child to learn PowerPoint. The actual version of PowerPoint is like $250, something like that. It's like hundreds of dollars. So why should we spend money on? I mean, what I'm trying to say that though we can criticize USA, but we are into their grip. Their empire is already there on India. What's your stand on that?
Actually, I did not know that by using YouTube, we are contributing to the economy of USA, or they are charging anything from us. At least I have not paid anything to anyone. So for the use of YouTube, although they always make demands, but I don't pay. I shall keep this in mind now.
It's not only about you are paying or not paying, but this is the model. I mean, even if they are not paying you, they are running ads on all the videos, so they are getting money from that revenue. We don't
Okay.
know the exact data. Indian government doesn't know the exact data. All the money, I mean, you look at its possibilities, its landscape. I mean, it's too vast. It's not like only 1 crore people or 2 crore people. Almost over 50, 60 crore people. That is twice the population of USA are using YouTube in India. And it's only India. Forget about rest of the world. So it's not only about YouTube. Amazon is there, Flipkart is there, all the tech companies, all the AI companies. I tell you one thing. See, they introduced their software systems. Microsoft. So they changed the whole system from typewriter to computer. And what our government institutions were doing, they were using the cracked versions. They had no idea that it's so expensive that tomorrow they will be caught. So Microsoft has an office in India. They go and they crack on the government at government offices and ask them to use the original version. Now, because the system has totally changed by Microsoft from typewriter to simple machines, we have come on to their system, their computer system.
Yes.
The hardware is not important. Importance is software, maintenance.
Software. Yes.
They will bring new hardware also. They will bring new hardware where you can't even repair that hardware. It's a big problem. They
Yes.
they use such a glue that you can't open the hardware. They use such screws that you can't open them. So they want to use and throw not only hardware, and they want to upgrade. So what I am saying is now why should we pay to them? And it's not only about money. It's
Yes.
not only about money. It's about
Yes.
giving sensitive data to another country through internet.
Yes.
Even if you are not using internet, even the government offices are not using internet. Suppose we don't know what's lie in the hardware. They can put a system in the hardware, or they can put a system in the software or hardware that your information will be transferred to them. So why we are using this? I mean, but this is what I'm saying.
Actually,
Under the imperialism of USA.
actually, when I bought a computer in 1986 to start this work of publishing books, I bought the lowest, quality of computer for 1 lakh rupees from a firm in Regal Building. So just after 1 week, the
1986,
salesman.
1986, if you have purchased a house for 1986 for 1 lakh rupees, it would be in India, it would be like around 10 crore rupee now.
Yes,
1 lakh
but
rupee was
that very
very big
salesman,
at that time in India. Yeah.
uh, that very salesman who had sold me the computer at that time, he said that this is the latest computer. After 1 week, he came to my office and he said that this is an ancient computer. So I told him that only 1 week ago you told me that this is the latest computer. Now you are telling me this is an ancient computer. What does it mean? So then I also bought another, typewriter, electronic typewriter. Again, the person from the company, he used to come and he was in fact a student. He came to train me, but he himself did not know. Then ultimately he said that I am myself a trainee, I am a student, and I am trying to make both ends meet by going to various offices. So I told him that at least why does your company cheat in this way? So therefore I stopped using, and I got typesetting done from others. And therefore I have no trust in AI. AI may lead us to a very dangerous situation where only AI will will use us, will
Last
set
night,
our destiny.
last night I was working on the two very famous systems, ChatGPT and DeepSeek. I worked on them. I gave them instruction to write a script. I mean, it is the pathetic thing. Pathetic thing.
Hmm.
Even if it could do anything, it would take, I would say, years to do some things which has some substance. I tell you, sir,
Yes.
I tell you one thing from my own experience. There is a software called Final Draft, which is used in the movie making industry. Our
Hmm.
institute introduced that. I
Hmm.
studied on that, I think in year 2003 or 2004, almost 21 years back. In the last few years, this software has become very popular and people are giving its classes as if it is script writing on YouTube. But I tell you, to become a good script writer, I mean, I spent almost 20 years apart from my college degree. apart from my 5 years work as a writer and actor on theater, to learn this craft, which is so difficult that it's just a tool. You do not need a tool to do. You need books to read. You need masters who can come and teach you. You need years of learning, years of experience. Only then you can become a master in that thing.
Yes, yes, you are right.
That okay, if I can type, I would become a writer. If I have that software, if one friend told me that he met a lawyer who is using chat gpt for making pleas. I mean, this is pathetic. You spent so many years and you can't write a plea. I'm using software, AI software, which makes, I tell you, they are also fraud things, because I am using that the free version of that software to make videos. I paid to them 2100 rupee for a month. And after I paid, I made 10 videos before I paid, and after I paid, they were making pathetic videos and giving me only 50 minutes, though I have made over 100 minutes video without paying anything. Now, this is their strategy when you pay them. And this strategy, people should understand, is everywhere. That once you start paying, like once you start paying to YouTube for more views, or once you start paying to some this software like video making for more views, what they do, they use your money in a pathetic way. So it's like a gambling pattern, and people should understand that these people learns psychology, because I had been a student of psychology. I did my honors in psychology from Delhi University. They use the help of psychology. I was also watching a program on Amazon, like Amazon, how they uses your psychology, like psychology of colors, the way you all these things, even mechanical, they are see, when industrialization came, when machines became automated machines, they learned the movements of your hands and your tools. So they convert your hands and your tools into those automated machines, and then they threw yourself, threw you like threw the human
Yes.
from the from the manufacturing, not manufacturing, from the making. Manufacturing is constructing with, making with things with machines, automated machines. Now what they are doing, they are throwing your mind, they are controlling it, they are throwing it. You will not, you are not left with your intelligence. This is the crisis. This is the most dangerous
Yes.
which AI is
Yes.
going to do.
Yes.
It is attacking
I
your
agree with you.
intelligence.
I agree with you because 100 years ago, when the soldiers were promised that they would be given this and that if they return from war, then even the typists sitting outside the courts, the deed writers and the the petition writers, they were threatened by the officials of the government, British Raj, that why do you waste your time in typing the pleas, the deeds of the soldiers. Actually, earlier the soldiers used to go with handwritten applications, and they would say that I cannot understand your language. You get it typewritten. So then they would get it typewritten, and then after they were typewritten, then they told the plea writers, the deed writers, why are you wasting your time on these soldiers and things like that? You should not waste your time. You should use your time in some other way. So these are the black deeds of the British Raj, which which have left a deep impression. And India should not be India should not be dragged into this war in Ukraine, because we have a very bitter experience of participating in First World War and Second World War. Lakhs of Indian soldiers used to go and return. Either their dead bodies returned or they returned injured without arms or without leg or their bodies were amputated. So in this way, they are all looking towards India because India has soldiers who can fight. Who they fought in the Second World War. They fought in the First World War also. So I don't think that Indians should go there voluntarily also.
The first question I asked you now, can you describe Mr. Trump in 5 words or 3 words at least? Any 3 words you would.
No, Trump is undependable now.
Which word you use?
Undependable.
Undependable.
Trump is undependable now.
Okay. What do you mean by undependable? I mean, independent.
Undependable means that earlier he had an
Okay.
other image. Now, now those who are in trouble, like Ukraine, they cannot depend upon him. Trump has lost his face in the whole world. If you watch the videos, then people are blasting him in every interview, whether it is on TV or on mobile phones. So they are blasting Trump in every program.
So, okay, that is like undefendable in diplomacy. And another word,
Yes.
another word you would like to say about him?
Yes, this is not diplomacy. This is not done in diplomacy. Because the first lesson of diplomacy is that you have to be respectful even to your enemy, and you have to talk in private. You have to be soft in your language and talk hard things, but in a soft manner, in a respectful manner. And
Any
this
other?
was like street fight.
Yeah, it's like a mafia.
Whatever happened in the world.
I was thinking while watching that episode, it was like as if I am watching some mafia movie from Hollywood.
Yes, yes,
Like
exactly. People
like
have used this word. People have used this word,
he was
but
acting
I
like
don't want to use this word.
Robert De Niro is sitting over there, and Robert De Niro is giving some hey you. It was like that. Any other word you like to use to describe him apart from undefendable?
I mean, he is not. I think that Trump has lost my respect at least.
Okay.
Uh,
But any particular word, because I want a particular word for him. Like
Actually, I mean, he has not behaved like a diplomat. It was undiplomatic on his part to say this. It was unpresidential like,
what about
unpresident like.
but Mr. Zelensky could also control himself.
No, he is suffering, for the last 3 years. He is under great pressure. He has lost, the war, and now you invite him to tell him that you surrender. Instead of giving him some support, you're telling him publicly before the camera that you surrender and you have cards only if you are with us. If you are not with us, then you are nowhere.
They wanted 50% of his resources, actually. That's the whole thing. People who don't know. Mr. Trump wanted, and he doesn't want that for USA, basically. He wants that for Elon Musk, who has invested $277 million in his election campaign. As per Indian standard, that is like 3,000 crore rupee, enough for Mr. Trump to invest in other areas. So thank you very much, sir, for coming to our channel for this show, and we will continue on some other topic. Those who want to
Mr.
books by Amrit Rawal and the books which he has published.
Now, just 1 minute. Mr. Trump has, I mean, he has proved to be a sellout to that person who has spent $370
Elon Musk.
million. Musk, yes.
Mr. Trump has a very bad past. Like he had been, he has cheated so many people. He started at Trump University, in which he cheated many people, and he had been bankrupt for many times. I think 6 times he had been bankrupt. He is also called as a playboy, and he also used the very innocent people like who were like who used to speak things on the internet. He also used them. He also used the youngsters also, whites also he used actually. So he is quite manipulative person, and he has tried to manipulate Zelensky also. But Zelensky is also having a cultural thing with his land. I mean, he is a person from his land, and the person Trump is not from America; he's from Europe. His ancestors are from a man from a land. Can't It's very rare that a man
Yeah.
from his land can cheat. Trump can go back to Europe wherever from his ancestors are.
People also say that that Trump is a white supremacist.
Yeah, he is.
White.
Thank you very much. So you can order
Okay.
books on nspmart.com. You can call me on 8527533051. Another number is 8851188170. We have a very good combination of books which are published by Sir on the various issues of caste, Indian freedom struggle, and we have books by Dr. Ambedkar ji, and we have also a collection of books on economics. Thank you very much, sir. This meeting is getting over.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.